When installing lighting fixtures near a swimming pool, safety is the utmost concern. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides specific guidelines to minimize the risk of electrical shock. For lighting fixtures mounted on poles around a new single-family residential swimming pool, a minimum distance of 10 feet must be maintained from the inside edge of the pool. This requirement is put in place to prevent accidental contact with energized electrical equipment while someone is in or near the water. In addition to the distance requirement, any lighting fixture installed within this zone must be protected by a ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI. A GFCI is a device designed to detect even small imbalances in electrical current. If a fault occurs, such as electricity leaking to ground, the GFCI will quickly trip the circuit, cutting off the power and preventing a potentially fatal electric shock. The 10-foot distance is measured horizontally from the water's edge. This includes any extensions or overhangs of the pool structure. The height of the lighting fixture itself does not negate the distance requirement. Even if the fixture is mounted high on a pole, it must still be at least 10 feet away from the pool's edge. GFCI protection is crucial. It works by monitoring the current flowing to and from the lighting fixture. If there is a difference of even a few milliamperes, the GFCI will trip, disconnecting the power supply. This is important because a small amount of current can be enough to cause serious injury or death, especially when a person is wet. The NEC provides detailed information on GFCI requirements in Article 680, which covers swimming pools, fountains, and similar installations. This article specifies the types of equipment that require GFCI protection, the locations where GFCI protection is required, and the testing procedures for GFCI devices. When planning any electrical installation near a swimming pool, it is essential to consult the latest edition of the NEC and any applicable local codes. Local codes may have additional requirements or restrictions that must be followed. A qualified electrician should always be involved in the installation to ensure that the work is done safely and in compliance with all applicable codes. They will be familiar with the NEC requirements and can properly install the lighting fixtures and GFCI protection. Ignoring the distance and GFCI requirements can have serious consequences. It can create a dangerous situation that puts people at risk of electric shock. It can also result in fines and penalties from local authorities. Moreover, it can void your homeowner's insurance policy in the event of an accident. Therefore, it is imperative to prioritize safety and follow all applicable codes and regulations when installing lighting fixtures near a swimming pool. The NEC addresses specific requirements for luminaires, lighting outlets, and ceiling fans. Section 680.22. B states that luminaires, lighting outlets, and ceiling fans shall not be located over the pool or extend over the pool by more than 5 feet horizontally. Section 680.22. The 1. States that where the luminaires, lighting outlets, and ceiling fans are located 12 feet or more above the maximum water level, or are located 5 feet horizontally from the inside walls of the pool, the locations are permitted. Section 680.22. The 2. States that where the luminaires, lighting outlets, and ceiling fans are between 5 feet and 12 feet horizontally from the inside walls of the pool, they shall be GFCI protected. Keep in mind that these rules are for lighting outlets and ceiling fans as well, not just lighting fixtures. GFCI protection is typically provided by a GFCI circuit breaker in the electrical panel or by a GFCI receptacle installed in the circuit. It is important to test GFCI devices regularly to ensure that they are functioning properly. Most GFCI receptacles have a test button that can be used to verify their operation. If the GFCI does not trip when the test button is pressed, it should be replaced immediately. When selecting lighting fixtures for use near a swimming pool, it is important to choose fixtures that are specifically designed for outdoor use and are rated for wet locations. These fixtures are constructed with materials that can withstand exposure to moisture and other environmental factors. They are also designed to prevent water from entering the fixture and causing a short circuit. The wiring for pool lighting must also be installed in accordance with the NEC requirements. The wiring must be properly sized for the load and must be installed in a conduit or other approved raceway. The conduit must be buried at the proper depth and must be bonded to the grounding system. Bonding is the process of connecting all metal parts of the electrical system together to create a common ground. This helps to prevent voltage differences that can cause electric shock. The grounding system must be properly installed and maintained to ensure that it is effective. The grounding electrode conductor must be connected to a grounding electrode, such as a ground rod or a metal water pipe. The grounding electrode must be located as close as possible to the electrical panel. Regular inspections of the electrical system around a swimming pool are essential to identify and correct any potential hazards. These inspections should be performed by a qualified electrician. The electrician will check the wiring, the grounding system, the GFCI protection, and the lighting fixtures to ensure that they are in good condition and are functioning properly. Any damaged or defective equipment should be replaced immediately. It is also important to educate pool users about the dangers of electricity and water. They should be instructed to never use electrical appliances near the pool and to stay away from electrical equipment during thunderstorms. Pool owners should also post warning signs around the pool to remind people of the electrical safety rules. By following these safety guidelines, you can help to prevent electrical accidents and keep your swimming pool safe for everyone to enjoy. Understanding the NEC requirements and implementing proper safety measures is crucial for preventing electrical hazards around swimming pools. Remember to always consult with a qualified electrician for any electrical work and to prioritize safety at all times. It's also worth noting that the specific requirements may vary depending on the local codes and regulations in your area. Therefore, it's essential to check with your local building department or electrical inspector to ensure that you are complying with all applicable requirements. Failure to comply with these requirements can result in fines, penalties, and, more importantly, a serious safety hazard. In addition to the distance and GFCI protection requirements, there are other safety considerations to keep in mind when installing lighting fixtures near a swimming pool. For example, it's important to ensure that the fixtures are properly grounded and that the wiring is protected from damage. It's also important to choose fixtures that are designed for outdoor use and are resistant to corrosion. The installation of underwater lighting in swimming pools is subject to even stricter requirements. Underwater lighting fixtures must be specifically designed for underwater use and must be installed by a qualified electrician. They must also be GFCI protected and must be bonded to the grounding system. The voltage of underwater lighting fixtures is typically limited to 12 volts to reduce the risk of electric shock. The NEC also addresses the use of electrical equipment near hot tubs and spas. The requirements for hot tubs and spas are similar to those for swimming pools, but there may be some variations. It's important to consult the NEC and any applicable local codes to ensure that you are complying with all requirements. Maintaining the electrical system around a swimming pool is an ongoing process. It's important to regularly inspect the equipment and to make any necessary repairs or replacements. It's also important to keep the area around the pool clear of debris and to prevent water from accumulating near electrical equipment. By taking these precautions, you can help to ensure that your swimming pool is safe and enjoyable for years to come. Finally, remember that safety is always the top priority when it comes to electricity and water. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it's best to hire a qualified electrician to do the job. The peace of mind knowing that the work was done safely and correctly is well worth the cost. The NEC is updated every 3 years, so it's important to stay up to date on the latest requirements. You can purchase a copy of the NEC from the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA, or you can access it online through various subscription services. Many local libraries also have copies of the NEC available for reference. In addition to the NEC, there are other resources available to help you learn about electrical safety. The Electrical Safety Foundation International, or ESFI, is a non-profit organization that provides information and resources on electrical safety. ESFI offers a variety of educational materials, including brochures, videos, and online courses. They also have a website with a wealth of information on electrical safety topics. The Consumer Product Safety Commission, or CPSC, is a government agency that is responsible for protecting the public from unreasonable risks of injury or death associated with consumer products. The CPSC has a website with information on electrical safety, including recalls of defective electrical products. They also offer tips on how to prevent electrical accidents in the home. By taking advantage of these resources, you can educate yourself about electrical safety and take steps to protect yourself and your family from electrical hazards. The key takeaway is that a 10-foot minimum distance from the inside edge of the pool to the lighting fixture is required, along with GFCI protection. This applies to single-family residential pools. Always consult the latest NEC and local codes for the most up-to-date and specific requirements in your area. Remember, when in doubt, consult a qualified electrician.